Hey guys, my name is Elvis Pereira, and we're going to talk about Sunrise Car Wash and Café. So, my first slide, we're going to talk about the business. So, the purpose of the business of the Sunrise Car Wash Café is to provide the area. It's Surfer's Paradise. Provide the area with unique facilities that can combine both a full-service car wash and an awesome cafe. So people will be able to get their cars cleaned or detailed while they're having an awesome cafe. Um, the type of the operation is unique in Surfer's Paradise because the atmosphere will be friendly and open. The business will display a new attitude. It will treat customers like first-class citizens and try to make them feel they are at home. So the operating hours will be Monday through Sunday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We will review our hours periodically and extend them to meet demand, just if necessary. So my next slide will be about products and service. So the idea of combining a car wash and a restaurant is to provide customers with informal social setting and atmosphere that with a level of confidence cannot be found elsewhere. It also will prolong their stay by providing food and limited drink while their car are being cleaned or detailed. So, in addition, on a limited basis, we may cater to provide parties and special groups in the restaurant throughout the year, especially after normal closing hours. So that's all for product and service. We're going to process now. So the few existing car washes and restaurants that cater to our clientele are not nearly as convenient or service oriented as our operation. Nowhere else are these two types of operations combined on one site. Competitors seem to pay little attention to details and seeking that the customer is satisfied, but Sunrise Car Wash Cafe and its own ownership will embrace the concept of trying to become a focal point for our clientele and never having a dissatisfied customer leaving our property. Next slide, we're going to talk about market analysis. The market area will be concentrate. The market area will concentrate is central, northern, and western Gold Coast region. These areas has been growing rapidly for the past several years and should continue for the next future. So, with Surfer's Paradise exploding growth in population that has occurred during the last decade, local car wash sales should continue to be well excess of national average. Once the concept catches on locally, we feel the potential is unlimited. As we grow, we will have to. As we grow, we will have the financial capacity to carry on advertisement or campaign on a region. On the next slide, we're going to talk about market analysis. So the market area we will concentrate is central, northern, and western Gold Coast region. These areas has been growing so fast for the past several years and should continue for the next future. So With Surface Paradise exploding growth in population that has occurred during the last decade, local car wash sales should continue to be a very well profitable business. So once the concept catches on locally, we feel that the potential is unlimited. As we grow, we will have the financial capacity to carry on an advertising campaign on a regional basis. On the next slide, we're going to talk about stakeholders relationship. So the company is set up as a corporation with David Otto and his wife Sally owning 100% of the outstanding stock. David will serve as president. Sally Otto will serve as vice president and manager of the restaurant. On the next slide, we're going to talk about organizational and management. So Kurt Lazen will serve as a secretary and manager of the car wash. David will be involved in sales, public relations, advertising, planning, and equipment purchases, and will provide the function as general contractor for the project. Sally will oversee the restaurant operation and will be involved in sales, public relations, advertising, planning, insurance, purchasing, labor, and equipment purchases. Kurt will manage the day-by-day operations of the car wash and will be involved in sales, public relations, advertising, office management, operations, planning, purchasing, labor, and equipment purchasing, and also maintenance. The business will employ additional employees who will be involved in cooking and waiting on tables in the restaurant, and the laborers on the car wash line, and for the additional support. They will be a combination of part-time and full-time. So the next slide will be about corporate governance. A Mary West business consultant will provide help in additional areas such as planning and general business advising when necessary, and to supplement the others' overall business knowledge. The service of accountant, lawyer, and a qualified insurance agent will be retained. Next slide, we're going to talk about environmental and social impacts. So the business are required to comply with current regulation and update their practices and equipment as regulation changes. With this would require business to regularly check legislation to ensure existing equipment to compliant with the new legislation. Well, for the next slide, we're going to talk about environmental and social impacts. So, water authorities enforce strict regulation for industrial business in an effort to protect municipal equipment and, more importantly, the environment. Businesses that discharge wastewater to sewer systems such as car wash bays, mechanical workshops, service station are required to comply with all the applicable legislation. Without these regulations, business would be free to discharge highly dangerous substances to the sewerage system or the environment. Unlawful discharge to the sewer can potentially overload the sewage network, making the treatment of sewage water more extensive and costly. For the next slide, we're going to talk about risk analysis. We had classified a few elements such as industry, market, competitive position, technology, distribution, suppliers, strategy, financial performance, management performance, inflation, interest rates, and etc. All of them had been classified as low and medium, but most important, we had classified the overall risk as low. For the next slide, we're going to talk about regulatory compliance. A new car wash business located in Gold Coast required an oil and water separator. The customer approaches clean water seeking an economical solution capable of handling large volumes of water. Legislation concern wastewater disposal is enforced by the relevant water authority. On the next slide, we're going to talk about finance. So we had classified a few startup expenses such as inventory, advertising, telephone, professional fees, organizational expenses, furniture, land, building, equipment, as you can see on the slide. On the next slide, we're going to talk about the expenses for the year 2019. We had classified a few expenses such as bad debt, contract labor, depreciation, direct labor expenses, furniture and fixture purchases. We also classified a few expenses for the year 2020, such as insurance, lease expenses, machinery and equipment purchases, office supplies, professional fees, licenses, repair, maintenance, salaries, wages, salaries for manager, telephone, utilities, real estate taxes, and others. So the total for the first year expenses, including interest paid and cost of goods sold, will be 800,000 more or less for the car wash, and 336,000 for the restaurant. Okay, so the next slide you can see the total income for the year 2019. It's a combination of the income for the car wash and the restaurant. So as you can see, it will be almost 2 million. For the next slide, we have calculated the month percentage of sales for the car wash. So as you can see, January 10%, February 10%, March 11%, April 11%, etc. On the next slide, you're gonna see the month percentage of sales for the restaurant. So January 7%, February 7%, March 7%, April 7%, May 8.5%, and etc. as you can see. And the most important now, the business system. So our intention is to raise the public awareness of our company. We plan to review our prices and those of our competitors every 6 months. We will review direct material costs, direct labor costs, and total overhead expenses. We will continually monitor the cost of providing our service to each customer, and we will offer various free and reduced rates programs to get customers. We recognize that the key to success at these times requires fucking hell. We recognize that the key to success at this time requires extensive promotions. Also, advertising goals include all of the following options. So, position the company as the premier car washing in Surfers Paradise. Increase the public awareness of Sunrise car wash and Café and its benefits. Increase the public awareness of our company and establish a professional image. Maximize efficiency by continually monitoring media effectiveness. Consider a possible credit coupon in some of our advertisements. Use a mix of media to saturate the marketplace, and that's how we finish our presentation for the Sunrise Car Washing Cafe. If you have any question, just let me know, and that's it. Bye.